Lewis Hamilton versus Max Verstappen. The two best players who face off against each other in the same sport are bound to become rivals, and this goes for F1 drivers too. Hello guys, welcome back to your own YouTube channel where we provide everything you need. In today's video, we are going to talk about the rivalry between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. First, let's talk about Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton's life, family, and their driving styles. Max Verstappen. Max Emilian Verstappen is a Belgian-Dutch racing driver and the 2021 Formula One world champion. He competes under the Dutch flag in Formula One with Red Bull Racing. He is the son of former Formula One driver Jos Verstappen. At the age of 18, he won the 2016 Spanish Grand Prix on his debut for Red Bull Racing, becoming the youngest ever driver and the first Dutch driver to win a Formula One Grand Prix. Max's family has a very long history when it comes to motorsports. His father, Jos Verstappen, used to be a former Dutch Formula One driver, and his Belgian mother, Sophie Kumpen, used to compete in karting. Other than his family, his first cousin once removed, Anthony Kumpen, and he competed in the racing, and he is two-time NASCAR Wheel in Euro Series champion. Now he is serving as the team manager for PK Carsport in Euro Series. Max Verstappen has always been known as a driver with skills for executing a race well. Nevertheless, he has greatly improved his game. In his time in F1, he improved it so much to the point where he's considered to be very close to Hamilton's level and intensity on Sundays. Just like Hamilton, Verstappen is capable of overturning the pace and pulling off amazing overtaking moves in critical moments in the race. So we can say that Verstappen has gone from strength to strength. There are situations where he might have pancaked or maybe he was impatient on certain moments of the race, but he has coped with that problem now. As team principal Christian Horner once said, "When you see Max in your mirrors, it feels like a question of when rather than if he will pass you." Verstappen has become more measured in these past few years. He still hasn't lost his aggression though, but at the same time, he has gained something very valuable. That is patience, and he still has that capability to pull off a crucial move in a tough situation. Regarding the aspect of wheel-to-wheel racing, Verstappen has always found himself in the right place. That is not his luck, but just his pure instinct. Some people also say that Verstappen might even have surpassed Hamilton, but to confirm that, he probably needs to see him for a few more seasons. Verstappen has also learned how to make sure he doesn't ask too much of his opponent when passing by him. Even though there are some moments where his decision was not perfect, for example, where he put his car at the beginning at Spa. But regardless of that, he still achieved the perfect combination of precision and aggression. We have also observed one of his great strengths, which was revealed when he moved to Red Bull, Verstappen winning in Spain on a two-stop plan on his first appearance with the team. At that time, he had put a lot of effort into understanding tire management style, while he was at Toro Rosso, and he executed intelligence management of the battery power, which was under pressure from Kimi Räikkönen, and it showed that Verstappen has the capacity to critically think through what he needs to do to attain the desired results. He also has the spare ability that many great drivers have. Defensively, Verstappen was coupled in the early days of his career by being overly aggressive and is stirring around in braking zones. But later, we witnessed his famous move on Räikkönen on the Kemmel Straight at Spa in 2016. But he's restricted to doing that now. It's obvious that he's not been overawed by anyone, like when he got right back to his debut season in 2015. And at the time, he was able to race with the big guns in the US GP. Max knows he belongs at the front in F1, and that he was ready for that all of his life. Lewis Hamilton. Lewis Carl Davidson Hamilton is a British racing driver, and he is also known to be the best Formula One driver. He competes for Mercedes in Formula One. He is the son of Anthony Hamilton, and he came from a poor family. Hamilton started karting back in 1993, and when he quickly began winning races, and soon he won cadet class championships. Lewis Hamilton came from a financially poor family, because of which he had very little resources for racing as compared to his rivals. But nevertheless, his father did everything he can for his son. At one point when Hamilton was in his karting career, his father, Anthony Hamilton, was working 3 jobs, and he even remortgaged his house just to keep his son's dreams up and running. Hamilton states that his father never doubted his abilities, even when things didn't seem to go his way. Therefore, the first golden rule that can be deduced is the power of perseverance. It is a trait that has been used for many aspects of Hamilton's racing. In an interview conducted by Graham in 2015, Hamilton was asked how his dad made him practice around the racetrack, and more specifically, Hamilton explained how his dad used to teach him to brake as late as possible for the next corner. His dad used to observe and study where the current British karting champion at the time would brake. He would then position himself a couple of meters ahead of the braking point. He took this from the British karting champion of that time, and then he would tell Lewis that you have to brake here. And Hamilton told the interviewer that he would often reply, "But I can't." Then his dad would firmly restate, "Brake here," and so Hamilton would do it. He would have to attempt the late braking maneuver corner until he would execute it perfectly. It didn't matter if he spun out or ended up off the track. His father would then force him to try again until he would get it right. Hamilton then stated this constant repetition, helping him a lot in his races. He used to simply dominate as he used to be the latest of the breakers, resulting in him simply getting those extra attempts, separating him from the best of the rest. This is an example of how perseverance comes a long way, not just in F1, but in general life too. If you put the work into it, you will succeed, says Lewis Hamilton. The importance of perseverance and consistency can be easily seen through his championships. Lewis has always been known for his ability to remain consistent and always finish the point. He avoids as many crashes as possible and always tries to maximize results despite the situation. Hamilton has adopted this strategy repeatedly during his years, and it has brought him a lot of success. There were times when his car was not the best, but he was still able to bring home the title in 2018, especially at the beginning of the season. There were times when his car was inferior to Sebastian Vettel's Ferrari, but his skill to capitalize on certain situations, as well as the German mistakes, enabled him to limit the damage in the first part of the season. In the second part of the season, the greatly updated Mercedes W09 enabled him to unleash his full potential, which resulted in his title win at the Mexican Grand Prix in 2018. It can also be seen in the current 2021 title fight with Max Verstappen. Although the 2021 Mercedes is not as fast as Red Bull's RB16B, this shows Hamilton's ability to remain constant and persevere no matter what the extent of the struggle is. This has affected Lewis's F1 driving style and his overall race craft. It can be said that Anthony Hamilton, much like Max Verstappen, greatly believed in their son's abilities, but nevertheless, they tried to push them to their limits no matter what. Another element that has greatly helped Hamilton's growth was the hostile climate in which he found himself during his young karting years. Unfortunately for him, he was the only black racer, and he had to deal with a lot of racist remarks from time to time. When he was at school, things were also not so good. He had to learn martial arts in order to defend himself from the bullies, who would regularly pick on him. Lewis states that he used to have wanted to answer back and give in to the racist provocations from his fellow rivals. However, his dad told him to let the track do the talking. This was a solid piece of advice that gave Hamilton a fighter mentality, which is still one of his strong points to this day. The fact that he had to keep control of his emotions from such a young age made him a formidable racer as well as a master under pressure. Now let's see their latest face-off. These days, their rivalry is a very hot topic. Their recent face-off in the Saudi Arabia Grand Prix gave us a spectacular moment to watch, when Lewis was in dominating the match by staying in the first position for almost the whole match. But soon, Max went passing by him and took the lead from him in the final round. As Verstappen was in the lead, Lewis tried to get the lead and tried to go past him. As we know from Lewis's driving style, he doesn't like to use brakes. They collided with each other. As Lewis was trying to get past him, a curve came, because of which Max applied the brake, but instead of using brakes, Lewis rushed ahead. But instead of going past him by using left or right side of the track, Lewis just simply went ahead, because of which they both collided. Lewis's car was damaged in the collision, but the biggest loss was that he had failed to use such golden opportunity, as a result of which Max Verstappen won the 2021 Grand Prix championship. That's it for today. Let us know your thoughts on them. Also, tell us which driver you think is the best, and who is more talented. Share your thoughts in the comments section below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, please subscribe and press the bell icon so you won't miss any future videos and updates. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.